During an interview with NBC News on Monday, 2024 Republican presidential candidate Florida Governor Ron DeSantis stated that the 2020 election was poorly run, but we had mass mail-in balloting because Trump turned the government over to Fauci, they embraced lockdowns, they did the CARES Act, which funded mail-in ballots across the country. Donald Trump signed that bill that funded the mail ballots that all the Republicans have been so concerned about. And that the censorship of the Hunter Biden laptop story was Donald Trump's FBI that was working with that. DeSantis said, "Whoever puts their hand on the Bible on January 20th every 4 years is the winner." And I don't think the election, and I pointed out in that same quotation, when they changed the rules for COVID, I think that was wrong. I think some of those changes were unconstitutional. When they do mass mail ballots, I think that's wrong. I think ballot harvesting is wrong. I think the Zuckerbucks were wrong. I think the fact that the FBI was working with Facebook and these other tech companies to censor the Hunter Biden story was wrong. And so, I don't think it was the perfect election. I remember after, a lot of the media was saying, this was the most secure election in history. How could it be the most secure with those millions of mail ballots going out? At the same time, after the election, they were talking about Maduro stealing votes on the voting machines or whatever, and none of those theories proved to be true. He continued, but here's the issue that I think is important for Republican voters to think about. Why did we have all those mail votes? Because Trump turned the government over to Fauci, they embraced lockdowns, they did the CARES Act, which funded mail-in ballots across the country. Donald Trump signed that bill that funded the mail ballots that all the Republicans have been so concerned about. And also, with the censorship of the Hunter Biden story, that was Donald Trump's FBI that was working with that. He didn't have control over his own government. And so, I think all of those issues were very problematic, but, at the end of the day, Donald Trump helped facilitate that whole set of circumstances.